Hello and welcome to SOW Ignition episode 76. We are live with the final matches in the league rounds of the Winter Grand Prix. Starting things off tonight, we have Adashko versus Hikari Muramasa. This match has some stakes remaining for the Emerald League. If Hikari Muramasa is incapable of defeating Adashko tonight, she will lose out a 4-2 tiebreaker to Daya Keaton. And Daya Keaton will be the second semi-finalist in the Emerald League. The first semi-finalist, of course, is solidified as Aiko Kimura. However, should Hikari Muramasa win this match, she will make it in as the second semi-finalist in the top spot of the league. So a lot is riding for Hikari and Daya in this match. Adashko can only hope to play spoiler to Hikari's big first run as an official SOW competitor. Later on tonight, we will have two more matches, the remaining two matches of the Onyx League for the Winter Grand Prix. There are three names still on the line in the finals, semifinals of that, or for the semifinal spot, the second semifinal spot of the Onyx League. Right now, La Sombra Altissima has managed to qualify, but the results of tonight's matches could determine if the woman joining her is Hyun Do, Kasumi Nakashima, or Lilith. The conditions for those will be discussed as we get into those matches. Right now, I want to focus a little more in on some other things happening tonight. We have the announcements for the end of year awards, some of which we will go over in this match. We also have, later on tonight, Death Row will take on Fate Unbound in Death Row's first official tag match of this season. And we will have a face-to-face between Damian Oxley and Hermes Rhapsodies ahead of Sunday's title match. And last but not least, the SOW Television Championship #1 contendership match between Taichi Kazama and Dakari Oyet will also be happening later tonight. First off, I want to begin with the first of the SOW End of Year Awards. It is the award for Best Surprise Appearance. We have a few different names. We have 5 total nominees for this category. Maita Daichi joining Aaron Payne against Death Row on Ignition 30. Steve Levy debuting against Avery Edwards, attacking him and making him pass out in the middle of the ring on Ignition 39. Death Panther's surprise appearance at Spring Carnival. Kasumi Nakashima's answering of Aiko's open challenge on Ignition 60. And Aaliyah Pope's return to SOW on Ignition 64. And the winner was Aaliyah Pope's return on Ignition 64, the most viral moment in SOW history. We also have the most incredible moment in the match, the nominees. Nozawa Akira kicking out a back-to-back burning lariats on Ignition 40. Byron defeating ZC Woods on Overclock 9. Aiko kicking out of the Bitchmaker for the 3rd time on Winter Drift. Charlie Scene landing the video kill from the top rope. Also Ignition 60. Hermes stands over Aaron's dead body as Ray pins him at Victory Lane, and Aiko suplexes Charlie for the 30th time, also at Victory Lane. And the winner was the 30th suplex heard round the world from Kimura Aiko. Lastly, for this section, we have the greatest moment of the year for SOW. 6 nominees for this category as well. Aiko winning the SOW Women's World Championship. El Rey de Guerra finally claiming the SOW National Heavyweight title. Ryan Richardson defeating Nagadomi Ali and becoming SOW World Heavyweight Champion for the first time. Nagadomi Ali taking the final 20 circuit. Byron Mitchell completing the SOW Triple Crown. And Hera returning to the ring one night only at Victory Lane. And the winner, Ryan Richardson, defeats Nagadomi Ali to become the SOW World Heavyweight Champion for the first time at World Record. That is all for the end of year awards for this section. We're going to continue to go back to focusing on this here match, which has been relatively evenly spread out in terms of the offense. Dakari has not been able to make Idashko quit. She's been trying pretty heartily, but Idashko is keeping in the fight. Beautiful rolling elbow immediately into the STF. Once again trying to make Idashko give up. But Idashko will not quit. This is her last opportunity to show out in this year's Grand Prix. Even though she can't make the semifinals, she can at least end on a high note by taking out the only woman in the tournament so far to defeat Aiko, and in fact, the only woman in SOW to defeat Aiko since the start of Season 2. And we're all the way in Season 3 now, so that's a huge accolade to have behind your name. Goes for another Northern Light suplex, this time the rope's nowhere near, but Hikari's still able to kick out. And now Hikari with a beautiful neck breaker goes in for the cover. But only a 2 on her side as well. Dashko lifts up Hikari, catches her another Northern Lights, really trying to bridge through to end this match, but Hikari will not stay down. Dashko lifts her up with a pile driver. Goes for the cover, 1, 2, no! Not quite enough yet. Dashko not finished, continuing the attack. Takes Hikari up, and Hikari with a poison Rana counter. And now it's her goading Idashko on. Idashko takes her to the outside. And now she's stalking after her at the ropes. What's she thinking here? Oh, off the apron with a sledgehammer. But it's not enough to keep Hikari down. Hikari goes right back on the attack on the outside now. In fact, this might be a detriment to Idashko's game plan. And Idashko slips back in the ring, realizing that on the outside it wasn't going so well for her. Goes for the rolling elbow, Hikari, but Idashko blocks. Then Hikari tosses Idashko to the outside now. And goes over the top rope with a Steiner on the outside. But Idashko with the iconic! What a counter! Hikari's able to get up first. Idashko still feeling the effects of all those other moves throughout the match. But that iconic has given her a bit of advantage here, and she is gloating about it. I don't know about that. I don't think I'd be wasting time. Iconic for the cover, but Hikari gets her other foot on the ropes. That was Idashko's biggest chance, and if she wanted to win, she should have gone for it in full. She should have pulled her a little more away from the ropes, hit that move, and then gone for the pin, where the rope break couldn't have been a factor, but I'm not sure if she's going to get another opportunity against Hikari Muramasa. Ducks under that, but Hikari still catches her with an arm breaker. Solid counter from Idashko. Picks her up. and drives her into the mat with a second pile driver. That might actually do it. Or not. Maybe not even close, in fact. Holy shit. Oh, she's not done. She's looking to continue the offense. Puts her up top, all the way to the top with a Spanish fly off the top rope. That's gotta be it. Hidashiko has done it. Or not. Oh my God, remind me never to underestimate Hikari Muramasa again. She comes off the rope with a springboard rolling neck breaker. Drops the elbow. Hidashiko with a flatliner in return, locking the legs, sharp shooter. Rarely seen move from Hidashiko. But Hikari gets the ropes again. Hidashiko just not pulling away from the ropes enough to get any big wins here. Meteora! Meteora, that could do it! That could be it! All right, I just gotta stop doubting Hikari. I mean, every time I think Hidashiko sealed the deal, Hikari kicks out again. Hikari sends Hidashiko to the ropes, and wait a minute, Eclipse! DDT! Senton fall! 1, 2, and that's it! Hikari gets the first place finish in the Emerald League. Valiant effort for Hidashiko. And we are continuing on with the next match. This is the SOW Television Championship #1 contendership match between Taichi Kazama and Dakari Oyet. The winner will go on to challenge Aleksei Zakhar on Ignition 77 after Shakedown. And of course, during this match, as well as we will have throughout the rest of the night, we're going to do a few more of the end of year award announcements. Going with next category, the best debut. There were once again 6 nominees. We had Nathan Fisk, Steve Levy, Avery Edwards, Kat Roberts, Keiko, and James Hartwell. The winner was Steve Levy. Then we have the best cruiserweight wrestler, Damian Oxley, El Rey de Guerra, Hermes Rhapsodies, Aaron Payne, and Bea Quinn were the 5 nominees, and the winner was Hermes Rhapsodies. Lastly, for this section, we had the best technician, Ryan Richardson, Meiji Kaito, Castor Leakton, Charlie Seen, and Aiko Kimura were the nominees, and the winner was Aiko Kimura, the second award for Aiko tonight. Focusing back right now on this #1 contenders match, just getting underway. Kazama Taichi Kazama has managed to take the early advantage, but he's at a significant size disadvantage against the whole damn army Dakari Oyet. We will have to see how he leverages that disadvantage in order to fight and win this match, or if Dakari will be able to utilize his larger body and a larger breadth of experience to take the #1 contendership. Dakari with a heavy-handed offense in the early goings. Taichi responds back with that elbow. We know those elbows from Taichi are very dangerous. There we go again, the elbows coming out. Unleashing a series of chops against the uppercuts from Dakari, and Dakari's uppercuts managed to take it. However, the chops did do their damage. As we saw with Dakari falling over there. Oh, nice combination from Taichi, who now has a face lock applied on Dakari. Trying to wear the bigger man down a little bit. There's a body slam from Dakari, as he is now stalking his opponent. Goes off the ropes, big lariat, takes Taichi down. The cover only gets a 1 though. That was a heavy-handed lariat from the whole damn army. Follows it up with a spine buster, now lifting Taichi up. Power bomb, trying to end this one early, but Taichi barely able to kick free. Lifts up with a side out suplex into the Boston Crab. Not elevating it like he usually does, but still able to inflict a decent amount of damage with that one. We actually saw that Boston Crab not long ago win a title in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Wasn't from Taichi, obviously, but you know, Boston Crab won the belt. Big deal. And it looks like he's managed to wear down Dakari already. Probably doesn't help that Dakari threw out a slew of heavy-handed offense in the early goings. He's already worn himself down. The added wear and tear from Taichi is not giving him any room to breathe. Taichi taking back control of this match. Shoulder bump, elbow. Ooh, roll up, grabs the legs. Tight roll here, but Dakari able to force his way free with the power that he has. That core strength. And you can see the wear and tear is really taking its toll. He can't even lift Taichi up for a suplex at the moment. He's going to really need to find an opportunity to breathe and recover. Over the power game still in his advantage. Able to win another exchange of blows there. Oh! Rainmaker style elbow strike. Oh, Dakari with the spin out brainbuster. However, can't capitalize. He's gonna go for it again. And again, he's unable to capitalize on it. Taichi gets right back up. Dakari can't keep Taichi down long enough, and Taichi with a gorgeous jumping DDT, but doesn't go for the cover. Instead, he wants to keep piling on the offense here. While he had the opportunity, however, Dakari able to fire back. Now back in control. Throws Taichi to the outside. And a short arm spine buster. Dakari finally getting his breath back as we go through this later stage of the match. Taichi decides he does not want to keep the fight on the outside, rolls back into the ring. Dakari follows suit. Taichi sends him to the ropes. Huge elbow. Then into the corner goes Dakari Oyet. Big chop. Got the arm locked. Dakari sent back into the corner, but he reverses, sends Taichi to the corner now, and now he's got him lined up. Is he gonna go for that? Boom! Big lariat sends Taichi tumbling onto the outside. And Dakari taking the moment to finally recover and catch his breath fully. Smart wrestling there from Dakari Oyet. He was put on the back burner, on the defensive for a good chunk of that match after his early explosive offense. Now he's managed to regain his composure. However, Taichi actually keeping up the pressure here pretty decent. There's Dakari to the other corner. Dakari again with a reversal. Taichi, however, not gonna fall for the same tricks twice. Uranagi. Dakari able to recover. However, Taichi not done. Another Uranagi goes for the cover. 1, 2, no. Oh, Dakari just tossing Taichi across the ring, but Taichi right back up, and he goes back for another exchange of blows with Dakari. This has not worked out well for him the past 2 times he's done it. Will it be any different the third? Looks like no. That power differential between the two cannot be closed very easily. As Dakari lands another short arm spinebuster, goes for the cover. 2, no. But Dakari worn back out. Taichi also showing a few signs of tiredness. Rolling elbow! Goes for the cover. 1, 2. That's it. Taichi is gonna re-challenge for that TV championship. All right, and up next, it is an Onyx League round match. The second to last match of the league rounds for the 2026 Winter Grand Prix. Coming out first, we have Hyun Do, who has actually had a pretty solid tournament so far, sitting at a 3-2 record. A win here puts her in a very good spot to potentially take the final position in the semi-finals for the Onyx League. Right now, it's just La Sombra Altissima. If Hyun can win this match, all she needs from there is for Kasumi Nakashima to win the next match in this league, the final match of the league rounds. And she will then get in. Hyun will then get in as the last semi-final competitor. However, coming as her opponent is a woman who's only currently 2-3, not a strong record, not at all what we expected from Bia Quinn in this tournament. But we will be seeing, can she spoil things for Hyun and get herself to a 3-3 finish? Of course, to continue with the end of year awards, next up we have the best striker. The nominees were Kazumi Nishi, Ali Nagadomi, Tony Lee, Trent Taylor, and Keiko. And the winner was Ali Nagadomi. Best powerhouse comes after that. The nominees, Mars Namor, Suave Jackson, Jay Wukong, Dia Keaton, and Nathan Fisk. And the winner was Jay Wukong. And last for this section, the best brawler, the nominees, Byron Mitchell, Z.C. Woods, Clint Cassidy, Maita Daichi, and Kat Roberts. And the winner was Byron Mitchell. Bia Quinn taking an early lead in this match. You know that she is looking to redeem her early losses in the tournament here with a at least 3-3 finish. I don't think she'll necessarily be happy with that regardless, but she will. It is the best she can take at this point. There's no shot to make the finals. The best she can do is stop Hyun from having a chance while getting a 3-3 even finish for herself. Hayun, on the other hand, is fighting a little desperately because she wants to make these semifinals. She made them last year, but lost out to Kazumi Nishi, who at this point has essentially no chance of making the finals, the semifinals again. At a 7-point overall finish, there is almost, in fact, there is no situation tonight where somebody doesn't make 8 points to go alongside the 8 points of La Sombra Altísima. So Hayun has to be feeling like this is her opportunity. All the obstacles from last year to getting to Aiko are out of the way. All she needs to do is win here, and she can get there. In fact, if she wins here, she would get in at the 2nd position, and she would have to go through Hikari still, I believe. But then she would be able to face Aiko potentially in the finals. Of course, Bia, not at all going to be an easy person to take down. Probably one of the harder competitors when she's giving it her all. In fact, like I said before, it's been kind of shocking, the upsets that she's had in this tournament. When she lost to Kazumi, people were understanding because Kazumi has always been one of the better competitors as well. But Kazumi defeating Bia turned some heads for sure. It actually led Kazumi to be one of the early favorites because of that win. And she does still have the opportunity. If Hayun is unable to win this match against Bia, Kazumi just has to win in our main event tonight against Lilith. And she will make, in her first year, her first month as an SOW roster member, she will make the semifinals of the Winter Grand Prix. Nice counter drop kick from Bia. Hayun back to her feet, Bia back to her feet. Taking some time to taunt that gives your opponent a chance to counter just like that. It's one thing Bia's really got to work on. It's probably her only real flaw is the cockiness, which she wrestles. In fact, that might be part of what led to her losses in this tournament. That overconfidence that bites her in the ass. Ooh, bulldog there. Hayun really laying in the offense, goes for the moonsault cover. Only gets a 2 out of it. Bia locking the arm up. Made people tap with this before. Bia's turned to mount on some offense. She went to the top rope for a moment, decided against it, getting back down, and it gave Hayun time to recover. They're going for a cocky cover, but it's not enough here. Now we're going back and forth. Hayun's punches versus these chops from Bia. Hayun calling for the victory. Kicks out the knees of Bia Quinn and does manage to keep her down. That's Bia sending Hayun into the corner. Oh, cutlass! Hayun's not finished yet. Now she's the one to take Bia to the corner. Oh, the Peach Bomber goes up top, stalking Bia from the top. Bia staying on the ground. Oh, Bia waited her out. Caught her, and that is walk the plank. She just took Do Hayun's walk the plank, and she pins her with it. Well, I mean, you know, that's classic Bia. All right, and it is time for the face-to-face between our national title competitors for Shakedown. Damian Oxley wanted this last meeting ahead of the pay-per-view with the national champion, Hermes Rhapsodies. We're gonna have to see what these two have to say to one another. But first, I'm going to move on to the next of the categories, which is Best Entrance Theme. The nominees: Ryan Richardson, Sweet Victory; Aaron Payne, Freak Like Me; Byron Mitchell, Say Just Words; Ali Nagadomi, Deliver Us From Evil; Destined Saviors, Breathe New Life; or Death Row, Break the Silence. Those were the nominees, and the winner is Aaron Payne, Freak Like Me. He's coming out with both the titles he has around his waist. You can see the junior title poking out just above the national belt. Next up was the best finisher category. We had the Bitch Maker from Bia Quinn, the Go to Sleep from Aaron Payne, the Glowing Finale from Aiko Kimura, the Burning Lariat from Ryan Richardson, the Dragon Fang from Ali Nagadomi, the Breakdown from Death Panther, and the Fall from Grace from Byron Mitchell. And the winner is the Glowing Finale from Aiko Kimura. Moving along to Most Improved, the nominees: Charlie Scene, Eve Moreau, Suave Jackson, Aaliyah Pope, and Kimiko Hoshina, and the winner was Suave Jackson. Last for this section, the SOW Workhorse, the nominees: Aiko Kimura, Charlie Scene, Kaito Meiji, Ryan Richardson, Damian Oxley, and Hayun Do, and the winner was Ryan Richardson. For those keeping track at home, Aiko has won 4 total awards now with that Best Finisher category win. And yes, as Hermes is saying, he will be in ACLL next week on Tuesday, defending the WWSL Junior Heavyweight Championship against El Hijo de Asesino, coming off of that win Hijo Asesino had over Hermes last week. It sounds like Oxley's pretty confident that he's going to have that belt. But he's telling Hermes he might as well just give it up now and then face Oxley for it after. I guess he's saying that Hermes should focus on one of the belts rather than trying to hold both, which is a bold thing to say to the inaugural world champion of SOW. Yeah, like Hermes is saying, Oxley has had a lot of history in the JEPW's junior division. One of the most prolific junior champions in history. And now Hermes is, there is some truth to that as well. You gotta say, every champion fights different when the belt is on the line. There's something about that drive to keep that around your waist that makes you stronger than when you're just having a normal match. There's a very few champions who fight as hard without the title on the line as they do with it. Hermes is showing a high degree of confidence. But Oxley is returning it in kind, telling Hermes that he's going to lose both of his belts. Oxley showing confidence not just in himself, but in Hijo de Asesino. Well, we'll just have to see what happens after this weekend.
I can't look further. I finally know why the tongues speak louder. There is a secret that won't be mine.
All right, and now it is time for the match between Fate Unbound and Death Row. This is yet another tag team rankings match, the first official match of season 3 for both of these teams. Of course, Death Row faked us out earlier. We thought we were going to see their first official match against Meat, but Clint Cassidy chose to send out Death Panther instead of going out himself, so we didn't have the official Death Row team. Of course, we do still have more end of the year awards to go. 2 more categories for this segment, and then we have one more section to go, one more match left of the show where we'll have the last 2 end of year awards announced. But for now, for the best male wrestler of season 2, the nominees are Ryan Richardson, Ali Nagadomi, Byron Mitchell, Meiji Kaito, Hermes Rhapsodies, and Aaron Payne. And the winner for male wrestler of season 2 is Hermes Rhapsodies. Kind of a shocking winner there for me personally. I would have voted differently, but I don't really get a say in this. So now we move along to the second category, the best female wrestler of season 2. The nominees are Aiko Kimura, Charlie Scene, Dia Keaton, Nephthys, Bea Quinn, and Lilith. And the winner is Aiko Kimura! To the shock of probably 0 people. I think everybody saw that coming. That is now the 4th award for Aiko this year, for those keeping count. We are getting started with this tag team match. Jay Wukong and Clint Cassidy to open the show. Or I should say open the bout. We are far from the open of the show at this point. Crowd very displeased watching Death Row in control for any amount of time. They do not like this team at all. That's why we're all very happy that the Saviors are the tag team champions instead of Clint and Trent. Of course, I'm sure that Clint and Trent will not sit idly by for long. they'll likely go back after those tag titles soon enough. However, they don't have a rematch clause as the way the World Tag 500 works now with the changes. The winner of the tournament becomes the champion. Even if you defeat the previous champions in the finals, the previous champions, or the current champions, let's say, will not get that rematch should they lose the belt that way. It'll have to be earned through points and victories. Ooh, smashing some glass. Was that a light tube smashed over the head of Trent Taylor? You can already see him bleeding, which is not surprising given how often he's gone to the outside in this match. So far, Fate Unbound have done a good job of fighting back against the tactics of Death Row. Trent Taylor bleeding pretty profusely here. Holds back Jay Wukong long enough for Clint to get a good grip. Hit that power slam of sorts. I'm not quite sure what you would call that. Suplex of some kind, belly to belly? Either way, it gave Death Row an opening. Something they have been sorely needed. Oh, he's got him lined up now for the T800. But Trent able to get back up, tags to Clint before any pins can be made. Now he's laying in the blows on Elijah Lee. Elijah has had some tumultuous history with the two men here in the ring. It was the second ever World Tag 500 where Elijah teamed with Trent Taylor as at that time Death Row. Back when it was still a stable and not a team. Since then, we have seen a big shift in Elijah Lee's character. He's become a little more fair, a little more honest. Oh my God, what a power slam. Goes for a German suplex. Clint able to roll free. Trent was close on hand, even if he couldn't. However, notably, Elijah Lee not making any cut play there. Driver. Manages to plant Clint firmly into the mat. Here comes Elijah, but he doesn't make the interference. Okay, I'm not sure on that strategy. You had them in your corner. That was the time to get the win. Oh, nice catch. Boom, huge elbow. And Wukong is now looking to finish this out. But Clint responds with a hefty blow to the dome. These two are exchanging back and forth. The point from Clint goes for the lariat, but countered into a rolling back fist. Oh, Jesus, the power of Clint Cassidy. And now Trent Taylor following up with a ankle lock. Wait a minute. Oh, the pounce! Now he picks him up, and a vertical suplex sends Trent to the outside, but Trent, he tried to go for a chair. Wukong stopped him with that back fist. Now choking him out. The God bind. Now the God bind suplex. Oh, wow. That was a moment of desperation from Trent Taylor for sure, but very impressive that he could lift up Jay Wukong like that. Oh, he's going. We know what that prayer usually means, and Wukong able to avoid it. He was going for the decapitator there. Wukong, I think, was looking to finish things off himself, but Trent was able to avoid that as well. Now it is Elijah Lee tagged in as the legal man. Trent slips back into the ring at the 6 count. Snapmare to Elijah. Now they're going blow for blow. Oh, the discus lariat! Goes for the cover deep with the ropes. And now Clint Cassidy coming in to join on the offense, but the double team move blocked by Elijah Lee, who responds with a T-800 to the back of Clint Cassidy's head. Battle continues, raging back and forth. Neither side has been able to land a decisive blow yet. Trent Taylor, despite all the blood loss, staying well into this fight. Big boot. The lift up, but gets countered with a poison rana. And now, a vertical suplex. Oh, but the punches in the headlock. Forced to break it up by the ropes. Our Trent Taylor's not done as Clint Cassidy is keeping Jay Wukong busy. 1, 2, 3. No, yes! I thought he kicked out, but no, the ref called it. That's it. Very strong teamwork there from Death Row. Clint Cassidy kept Wukong busy that whole pin combination. Okay, I wasn't expecting this. Well, let's hear them out. And it is now main event time here on SOW Ignition. That was a very emphatic statement from Death Row saying that they're going to move forward and win back the tag titles with violence. We'll just have to see how that goes. Hopefully they are not predicting the future. Right now it is the final match in the league rounds of the Grand Prix. The winner of this match will be going into the semi-finals. Be it Kazama or Lilith, whoever comes out on top, they're the ones who are going to be joining La Sombra Altissima. However, before we can get into that, we have two more awards to give out. First off, Best Title Reign. The nominees: the SOW Women's World Championship title reign for Aiko Kimura, the SOW Ignition Championship title reign for Aaron Payne, the SOW Women's National Championship title reign for Charlie Seen, the SOW World Heavyweight Championship title reign for Ryan Richardson, as well as the one for Ali Nakadomi, and then lastly, the SOW World Tag Team Championship title reign by Death Row. And the winner is Aiko Kimura's SOW Women's World Championship. Was there any doubt? For those counting at home, that is the fifth victory, the fifth award for Aiko Kimura in Season 2. And there is a chance for one more as the final category, Match of the Year. We've got the nominees as Nozawa Akira versus Ryan Richardson from SOW Cross JPW Ignition Formula. We've got Bia Quinn versus Kimura Aiko for the SOW Women's World Championship on SOW Supercharged. Ali Nakadomi versus Byron Mitchell for the SOW World Heavyweight Championship on SOW Victory Lane. Death Row versus the Destined Saviors in the league rounds, or I should say the Swiss rounds of the World Tag 500 on SOW Ignition 64. Moment for Life versus Destined Saviors in the Swiss rounds of the World Tag 500 on SOW Ignition 65. And then Caster Leakton versus Saiki Sao on SOW Overclock 8. And the winner of Match of the Year is Nozawa Akira versus Ryan Richardson, the 60-minute Ironman match from SOW Cross JPW Ignition Formula. That is all of the end-of-year awards for SOW for Season 2. Look forward to this time next year when we have the end-of-year awards for Season 3. As things are going, we now focus in on tonight's main event. Still in progress, Kasumi and Lilith, neither one able to get a notable advantage so far. Kasumi with the roll through, beautiful technique. But Lilith kicks out quickly. Lays in some knee strikes to Kasumi's side. Kasumi tossing Lilith over to the ropes, but Lilith avoids the drop kick. And now we're going blow for blow between the two of them. Kasumi lifts Lilith up, but Lilith responding with some heavy blows. Slips behind. Kasumi counters into a roll-up, but can't get more than a 1 as Lilith gets back to the heavy-handed strikes.
5 minutes gone.
Double knee drop to the leg of Nakashima Kasumi. And now stretching out both arms. Lilith is just putting on the punishment. This brutal style has made her famous in this division. Drop kick to the back of the head. Picks Kasumi up. He's looking for that prayer into the void, but Kasumi able to avoid it. And then she avoids what looked to be a suplex or brainbuster attempt. Slips behind, but Kasumi again with the counter. Another roll-up. Beautiful clutch, but no, still only a 1. Lilith cannot be caught off guard like that. You have to do a lot more work if you want to catch her off guard with one of those roll-through pins. Beautiful suplex from the Mirage Genius. Was going for another, but Lilith able to block it, sends her into the ropes and a big boot. Now stomping in on the chest of Nakashima. And here goes the stretch plum. Really wrenching at her, wearing her down. Drops her down for the cover. 1, only a 1. Kasumi also not quick to get weakened out by that. But Lilith says, well, let's try that again then. Fuse stomps the chest right back into the stretch plum. Is she going to do the same? Yes, she is. Another cover. 1, 2 this time. But again, Kasumi still able to kick out. Oh, big boot to the chin. Picks her up. Tries to lift her over for that crucifix running neck breaker, but gets the counter from Kasumi. Lilith goes up top. What's she thinking? Oh my God! Diving neck breaker to the outside. Now she's just stomping at Kasumi.
6.
Both women back into the ring at the 6 count. Lilith is not done though. She's going to continue to punish Kasumi. That is what this match has kind of turned into, is Lilith just brutalizing the Mirage Genius more and more. DFI! But Kasumi back to her feet! Showing that spirit, that glory refined spirit of hers. Trying to bring it to SOW the same way it's been brought by other glory wrestlers like Kimiko, like Nephthys, like Aiko, and Bam. Now they're both kicking at each other's legs. Oh, what a big chop, but not enough as Lilith gets back up and lands a drop kick square to the chin. And War stomps. Just really laying in the boot onto Kazama, but Kazama replying back with some beautiful offense. Lilith with a shoulder block. Kazama sends her to the corner. Lays her down. Are we gonna see it? The Mirage Press! 1, 2, 3. Damn. It was close, but Lilith was able to kick out just before the 3. However, you can see how much damage that did. She was still on the mat. It was Kazama who had to lift her up. Hit a beautiful sheer drop brainbuster. Oh, but Lilith catches her! Prayer into the void! Goes for the cover. 1, 2. That's it. Well, there you have it. The finalists for both leagues have been set. From the Emerald League, it will be Hikari Muramasa and Aiko Kimura. And from the Onyx League, Lilith and La Sombra Altissima. That is all we have for you tonight, folks. That we are going to be seeing you this Sunday for SOW Shakedown. Be sure to tune in. As always, I am your lead analyst, Double B, and I am signing off.